These are the Moonside design lighthouses. They're smart connected light bars that have a few tricks up their sleeve, making them the most innovative and unique smart light products on the market right now. But should you spend your hard-earned money on them? Well, stick around as we do a full review of the Moonside design lighthouses. First off though, who are Moonside? Well, Moonside are the newest kid on the block when it comes to smart lighting products. Just a quick look at their website, moonside.design, will tell you everything you need to know about this company. They are incredibly design focused and have two flagship products, both these lighthouses and the Moon Lamp 1. If you're interested in seeing a review of the Moon Lamp 1, let me know in the comments section down below and I will be sure to get one. These guys have actually done two successful Kickstarters in the past for both of their products and have actually managed to fulfill for all of their audience. So you know you're dealing with a trustworthy company from the start. When you do actually receive the lights, just take an opportunity to take in the design of this box. It is simply gorgeous. Every single piece and element of both the website, the box and the product itself has been designed immaculately. Taking it out of the box, you'll receive the light bar itself, a wall plug, a USB-A to USB-C, a USB-C to USB-C cable, and also a little breakout box here as well. This little breakout box is actually where all of that Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connectivity is going to come from. It also houses the microphones for many of its musical modes and a few tactile buttons as well. The large button in the middle will simply turn on and off the lamp. Above there we've got some brightness controls, and underneath we also have a way to cycle through some of the many modes that this light supports. It's really nice to see a physical control unit here because sometimes I might not be near my phone or a smart assistant and still want to be able to control this. So props to them on that. Setup should be super duper easy. Just make sure that you read those instructions that are in the box and you get the breakout box the right way round. The Moonside logo should help you decide on that. I actually had quite a lot of problems setting these up, mainly because of a dodgy USB-C cable. Thankfully, I reached out to Moonside Design's team and they were super quick to diagnose the issue and help me get it sorted as well. Honestly, I've never had this almost instantaneous back and forth in emails when it comes to customer service, so I really do applaud them for that. Many other companies really should take a leaf out of Moonside's book here. They really do care about their customers. Once we'd got the lamps set up, I was ready to connect them to my phone and the application. But before we do that, let's just take an opportunity to take a look around the actual light bar itself and some of its features. So on the bottom we've got this little aluminium piece housing the USB-C cable. It comes in a range of different colours. I've got the silver and the blue here, but there are tons of other colours on their website as well for you to choose from. These are really nice little accent colours that can really help you to set it in your space correctly. The actual light itself is completely glass and there are 90 different addressable LED zones within here. And at the top as well, we've got that little frosted glass section. This helps to diffuse some of that light and gives an absolutely gorgeous effect. These things stand at about 53 centimeters tall, so they're not too large, but they're also not too short. They feel like a really good size to sit on a bedside table or anywhere else in your space. Once you have got it powered on, you can see the flow of colour from this very first effect that comes in. And it really does remind me of the lava lamps of yonder years, the way that the light literally flows from bottom to top and top to bottom. It is something absolutely magical and I can't really explain it until you've seen it. It really is an incredible look. The freestanding nature of this lamp is both a credit to itself and really a problem. It's a credit because it really does just blend into the background. However, I did find that because it was a rather thin base and thin overall, it was very, very easy to knock over. Moonside do sell an additional little aluminium base that you can sit your lamps into, and they come actually colour coordinated with the lamp. Little bases will cost you an extra £15, and that sounds like quite a lot of money. I feel like this is something that really should have been necessary and came in with the product. Even if I didn't want to use it, I at least had the option to use it if I did want to. This is at the end of the day a glass and aluminium product. It will break if it takes a tumble, and it just isn't as steady as I'd like it to be out of the box. Pairing with both the iOS and Android app is one of the simplest processes I've ever been through. Plug in the lamp, click plus in the top corner, and within a few seconds that lamp will be found and you'll be greeted with a little green tick. You can then exit out of that app and you're greeted with the home page. Let's discuss the app real quick. I really do think this looks the part. As I mentioned, design is a really big thing that Moonside does well, and it shows in the app as well. On the home page, we have a couple of buttons along the top to turn on and off all of the lights, set them to an energize or a night mode, as well as randomizing a different effect for them. Under that, you can see all of the lights that you own. Tapping one of them will turn it on or off, while holding it will bring you into the menu where you can set your brightness, as well as change to an effect that suits you. So overall, the app's main screen is really well laid out, and I think this is one of the better implementations of a smart home app that I've seen. I do have a few gripes and problems with it, and we'll talk about those in just 1 second. But before we do, if this is the first time that you're seeing my face on your screen, then 1, lucky you. And 2, go down there, hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification icon so you get notified every time I upload. Heading into customizing one of the lamps, you're given a ton of different options, from choosing a default colour from any colour on the RGB spectrum or wheel, a few different modes based upon the time of day, be that energize, or early morning or nighttime, the music reaction setting, as well as 2 of the most interesting modes, the first being a design it yourself. This allows you to give each one of those 90 addressable zones a different colour. It's almost like painting it. This gives you a ton of customization options to give you the light that you really want. For example, one side could be green and one side could be red. You could have a nice red and blue accent across the whole light. My biggest gripe with this setting though was that there was no way to animate these lights. It had to stay a static whatever colours I had chosen. This was a real shame, and I'd have liked to have seen a way to add a flow effect or some kind of effect to the lamp and the colours that I'd chosen. The custom effects are some of the best I've ever seen in a lamp, particularly because they're taking advantage of those 90 different zones and the way that the colours can flow. There seems to be an almost limitless amount of them. Just scrolling through the list, tap one and it will appear on your light. Each of these effects is just as stunning as the last, and I'm pretty sure you will find the effect that suits you best. Some of these effects will take a little while to kick in. Once you've tapped it, you might have to wait sort of 5 or 10 seconds just for the transition to happen, but when it does, they produce some of the best lighting effects I've ever seen. Some of the lighting effects can also be a little odd, such as the fire one here, which appears to only work in the top quarter of the light. Up until this point, I've been controlling the lamps using Bluetooth alone, and that's all well and good while I'm in the same house. But if I'm maybe away from the house, or even want to use a smart assistant, you need to change it into the Wi-Fi direct mode. Now, it wasn't initially self-explanatory how you would actually go ahead and do this. You had to jump into the settings, My Device, find the device that you wanted, and then switch it to Wi-Fi direct mode. Now, of course, you do need a Wi-Fi signal, and it has to be a 2.5 GHz network. This is pretty standard for almost every product in the smart home space right now, so no issues there. However, just the setup process could have been a lot simpler. I'd have loved to have seen a more guided walkthrough. As soon as I'd added that device from that little plus menu, it gave me an option to go through that Wi-Fi setup instantly, because without it, a lot of the features that are selling points for this lamp simply don't work, like the Google or Alexa integrations. So let's talk about some of the colours and the brightness of these lamps. They are actually incredibly bright, to the point that I probably wouldn't want them on 100% all of the time. As with many of these kinds of smart lights, I think having them at 30% in the evening is actually one of the best implementations of it. Having them sat next to me on each side of the bed, one my partner's side and one my side, gave us a way to express ourselves and relax watching these lights flow very slowly, almost like a lava lamp like I used to do when I was a child. The colour reproduction is also second to none. The slightly frosted glass and the white backing makes it some of the most contrasty and saturated colours I've ever seen, and they really do just look stunning. So what do I think of these smart lights overall? Well, I've never seen anything quite like them. The way the 90 zones can literally flow so smoothly between each of them is something quite unique and incredible. If you can look past some of the software issues, I think these are some of the best lights, especially for customization, in such a low price bracket. I will of course leave a link in the description down below if you want to grab yourself some of these. I highly recommend you do. They do them in packs of 1, 2, 3 and 4 as well, so you can really deck out your whole house with these absolutely gorgeous flowing light bars. Anyway guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of these lights. And of course, my name's been Robert, this has been Review Clue, and I will catch you in the next one. Adios.